Chirp YouTube channel. I am here today with a Christmas surprise. I hope you're having a happy holiday season, and I bet that you are at home with some kids who may be a little stir crazy depending on the weather. Here in Arizona, it's okay for kids to go outside right now because it's beautiful. It's only in the 60s. I'm so happy when it's chilly. You'll notice I'm wearing chilly weather clothes, 2 layers. It's amazing. However, if you don't live in a climate where it's nice this time of year, or of course, if your kids can't play outside all day long all by themselves and they need some time inside where they can be supervised, I have for you 2 great ideas for doing some art with your kids over this holiday break. The first thing that I would like to tell you about is, actually both of these are tree related. It just so turns out that my church children's ministry decided to focus on trees this Christmas time. And so all of our decor is tree related. The games that we're playing are tree related. I have trees in the classroom, and all of the art projects that I've been doing are tree related. It's fun. We do, by the way, use the Chirp curriculum in our classrooms. Find out more in the box below. I have the website linked down below. And the way that it talks about Christmas is that Christmas is because of Jesus. One of the ways we celebrate Jesus's birthday is by putting up and decorating trees. These trees are green. This reminds us that Jesus lives forever, and I can too when I trust him. The idea that their leaves don't fall off, but that their leaves stay on needles and stay green is a reminder of eternal life. So this is one of the reasons we talk about trees. If you are not a God person, if that's not part of your life, not part of your family, that's fine. You are still welcome to use these activities. Please don't feel put off by that. Just use them, and enjoy this time with your kids, or maybe some students if you are still seeing students of any kind. Maybe you're a hab worker, maybe you're some kind of a therapist, maybe you are desperate for some new activities. The first activity I'm going to show you will require some construction paper. I recommend blue sheet, and then some green and some brown. And it will require some glue. You will also require a scissors, although the scissors is not for the students. What's going to happen is you're going to give them the blue piece of paper, and you're going to give them some brown rectangles and some green triangles. The brown rectangle is the trunk of the evergreen tree, and the triangles will stack on top of each other to form tree shapes. Of course, I always want to remind you that in most cases, we prefer the process of doing the project over the product at the end. The product is less important than the process, is what I'm saying. So enjoy the gluing, the placing of the items, the patting of the items down. Enjoy that process. And it doesn't really matter if the thing looks like trees when you're done. You will have deconstructed modern trees rather than precisely calibrated traditional trees. And both are fine. Here is some video of this artwork happening in my classroom. Here's another Christmas art activity focused on trees.
I've watched the Charlie Brown Christmas story for so long.
It's so
I know, I was
sweet.
just thinking about that the
It's
other
just
day.
a bunch of random triangles
Oh,
and rectangles. The idea is that the kids could make a tree
put it?
like this,
Tap.
but they might just glue them on in random orders, and that's fine.
Yes.
Let me move these for you.
You like to tap for
This is
yourself,
fun.
don't
I am awesome. Good
Okay.
plan.
Good plan.
What's
See?
next? So many triangles.
Ethan, watch what you're doing. Ethan.
Yeah? It will need some glue. You're right.
All right. Where are we going to put it? Oops. I
I
can't
did
even get
it.
that up. Come here, triangle.
Our hands are all dry. They don't work with paper so well.
No, here.
Do you know the more you work with paper, the drier your hands get because the paper actually soaks up your oil?
Gosh, that's
I
not
believe that.
surprising.
Okay, tap.
I used to do filing when I was in college, and my hands were
Very good.
in terrible shape.
Very
But
good.
thankfully, all of our kids are young and plump.
And they have fingerprints.
They do.
When we signed up for
Nice job.
pre-check with the government, so you can travel without taking your shoes off, she said, you have no fingerprints.
Oh, they've worn off by now.
They have worn off.
Good job. Here's a trunk. We can make more than one tree if we want to. It does seem like we're having quite a bit of fun.
Absolutely.
Beautiful tree. Do you want to make another one? You can make
Like a tree.
one tree or 3 trees or 5 trees. Good job.
All right, where are we gonna put this? Put it on the paper. Good.
Yay! Woohoo! Oopsie, it jumped.
There.
Good job. Nice tree.
Very good.
It's deconstructed tree. I love it.
It's in the process of being used as
Gonna make a forest of trees, aren't you,
Christmas
Sonny?
tree.
Uh-huh. So pretty. Here's another
Do you want to
trunk.
pick out some more triangles too?
Ooh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice job. You're very good at this. It's such an exciting day. Woohoo.
Just picking a
And a
tree is
beautiful
very
blue sky.
exciting. Okay.
An Arizona sky.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although there are some days in the Midwest where the beautiful sky is blue.
I think a Minnesota winter is nicer than an
Flip it
Ohio
over.
winter. We had rain and gray.
There.
Oh.
Okay. Can you pick
Sometimes.
a triangle?
You know?
So far, it's often gray.
Pick a triangle.
Nice work. Whoopsie, now there's some
Okay,
glue
you
on
wanna
your
pick another
finger.
one? Pick a big one maybe.
Ooh,
Really?
big.
I did it.
Yes.
That'll be a very full
Another one?
Yeah.
Nice,
Wonder if
it's
there's
gonna
a
be
bird's
so
nest
cute.
on the tree. If you find a bird's nest in the
If you want to
tree,
make this more complex, we could always add
Snap your fingers.
little circles, little pieces we cut out of the
in the tree.
they say it's good luck.
what do you call it? Paper punch? Paper punch circles.
Whoops. Okay.
We could add a star on top. But we're minimalist here today. Very nice with the glue.
Yeah.
These trees are looking so good, guys.
Oh.
Whoopsie, there goes the glue.
Oh.
Maybe we
Shall I
can
get
find it under there. Thank you, Miss Nita.
Where do you want to put it?
Thank you.
Even.
Do we want another triangle on top?
We're gonna make another. Oh, that tree's looking really good, Ethan.
2 good looking trees.
Oh, tap first. Tap, tap.
That's the fun part. Make sure it sticks.
All right. One more. One more.
Yay, beautiful.
Let's do one more.
Pat it down real hard. All right, are you all finished?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna staple on
Okay.
this
Here, tap.
in the corner. Oh, you have more than one piece of
Tap.
paper. Look at that, I was so generous. All right, let me get the stapler. We're gonna staple that on right in the corner because Christmas is because of Jesus.
Did it.
Jesus.
I did it.
Those are beautiful trees, Ethan.
Okay, here's how they go. You're gonna put it right here, and then you're gonna push this real hard. There we go. We did it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
That way we don't cover up the beautiful artwork if we staple it in the corner. Hooray!
Okay. I don't want to just smash your finger, but
That's
there.
right. Good job. The second activity I'm sharing with you today is equally cute and equally fun and equally related to trees. It is a tree-related artwork. For this activity, you will need light colored paper. I prefer white or cream. You will need some sandpaper, and you will need some crayons. And the crayons should be de-papered. Take the paper off the crayons, and you may wish to snap them in half. I keep these snapped in half naked crayons in a special little can in my classroom so that I can reuse them year after year after year. I've been doing this for about 7 years now. So these crayons have been well used, but they are still useful. I don't need to throw them out because I can use them over and over. I only do red crayons and green crayons, although I do different shades of green. So sometimes light green, dark green, foresty green, and then I like to stick with more traditional Christmas red. So those are the 2 colors that I pick. I pick out the reds from my crayon stash and some different color greens. I snap them in half, I take the paper off, and I keep them in a special can in my art cabinet. Then when Christmas comes, I take them out and we use them for this activity. I do the same thing with the sandpaper. What you need to do with the sandpaper is you need to cut it in the shape of trees. I prefer the sandpaper that has a sticky back. You can find discs meant for sanders at the hardware store, and they will be sticky on one side to stick to the sander. These are very helpful because what we're going to do is we're going to do an etching of the trees. So it's helpful if the trees stay put on the table and then the kids can move their papers around on top of the trees. I usually start out by cutting an upside down V, then I go in a little bit from the sides, down, and make the trunk. That's just easiest for me. You may choose to use a stencil, you may choose to use some kind of cookie cutter. That works too. I like to make tiny trees, medium trees, big trees. I like to make wide trees and skinny tall trees. I like to make a wide variety of trees. And then the kids have fun, well, I have fun requiring the kids to tell me which tree they want. Do you want the tall tree or the short tree? Do you want the wide tree or the skinny tree? Do you want the baby tree or the really big tree? They get to decide, and we have to talk a little bit more about it. Of course, I'm a speech pathologist, so I like to make kids talk about stuff, and I like it to be fun, and this is a fun activity, therefore it encourages fun talking. Now, the whole idea is the kids get their paper, they put it on top of a tree, or they put the trees under the paper, however you choose to do it, and then they hold the crayon horizontally and rub it over the paper where the tree is. They will need some help. Most of my kids try to hold the crayon and scribble with the crayon, you know, like this, like you would normally hold a crayon or a pencil, but it's not gonna work like that. We have to rub it, not stab it. Kids have a little bit of trouble sometimes getting used to using the crayon sideways instead of upright. So there will probably need to be some hand over hand reminding going on. But once the kids see the tree emerging from this paper like magic, they will be hooked. And usually our kids continue this process over and over for much longer than a normal activity would be because it's so much fun. We like to vary the colors. We like to vary, of course, the size of the trees. And we like to let the kids go on doing this activity as long as they're still engaged in it. It also is fun to have the trees at different angles. But if you have them all straight up, I guess it looks like a forest, so that's more realistic. But once again, this is a deconstructed forest. It's modern art. It's about the process, not about the product. And here is some video of this project taking place in my classroom. Jude figured it out right away, even though we're used to doing crayons the up and down way.
All right here.
Good job.
And then rub it.
Try a tiny one in a different color. So many pretty colors. Good job! You made a Christmas tree.
You good?
Ready?
Good job, Sonny.
It's
That
working.
works.
Yeah.
I never tried to do it that way. Ooh, so pretty.
I know it works.
I'm gonna try this small one.
Okay, that one works. We also have really super tiny ones.
Can I flip it over and do it?
If you want to, sure.
Wait, we have one.
Gonna do this
One
one.
in dark red.
That's right.
Gonna do this one.
You guys are so creative.
You wanna do a different tree?
What color this time, Jude?
Ooh, it's a little one.
Ooh, green. Oh, it's so cute.
Okay.
That's part of the reason I use these sandpapers is because they stick to the table a little bit. But I've been using them for probably 7 years. The same trees. I'm so low waste.
Oh
There you go. Try to hold it really still and then it will be a little easier. There you go. Nice job.
This one again?
I see a magic tree coming through.
Let's do it.
Magic, magic, magic. So pretty. Okay, do this tiny one just for me. There we go. Right here.
Try holding it.
Oh, I want to do that color.
Drawing on its side like this.
Woohoo! So tiny. Good job. Very beautiful, Ethan.
But it's not
There you go.
working.
Oh, it's over here.
There you go.
There you go.
now
Oh,
try
I
it.
see it.
Well, I mean not. Okay.
It's so tiny.
A really
Oh,
big
it's so cute. Beautiful.
What do you think?
Which one is next? We have a really tall, skinny one. We have a little short one.
Can we
You
borrow
want
the
to do a
teeny
different color or
tiny
do you
one,
want to do
Jude?
green still?
Just beautiful.
Use the teeny tiny one.
It's so
Do you want the
cute.
brown?
Dark green.
You got it. Don't
So
worry.
it's all right here.
Picking out a red
This
pen.
one's kind of sticky to me.
John, Jude's paper.
It is. That means it will stick to the table and it won't move around so much, which is helpful. There we go. There you go. That's a great idea. You don't have a tree there yet. What color will you pick? Oh, a pretty red. Very festive. Good job, Sunny. That's right. It's very soothing, isn't it? It's fun.
I feel it.
You can't feel it? Oh, I see it a little bit.
Ethan,
Let me help you hold the paper
do we write
still.
your name in red or green?
There we go. Sometimes the paper moves
Green?
around a little
Alright.
bit. That makes it hard.
There you go.
Very cool.
And I know it's kind of looks like this.
Yeah, that's exactly how it looks.
Can you hold it?
Nice work, guys.
There you go. And rub it.
Now we are going to glue on our main idea strip, which says, Christmas is because of Jesus. There you have it. I hope you enjoyed these little ideas for art projects you might want to do with your kids. Of course, these are not limited to Christmas time. These art activities would be a great opportunity to talk about the seasons. You could do both of these artworks for all the different seasons with different colors of leaves, so to speak. So in the spring, the etchings could be yellow, green, light green, and in the summer they could be bright green, and in the fall they could be reds and oranges and yellows, and then in the winter, well, you could have white trees etched with a white crayon on a black construction paper, or you could do it with chalk. Chalk is always really fun to color with. So there are lots of options for these activities. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year. I will be back with you in the new year full of good ideas for you to use in your life with your children or your students or maybe some grandkids or nieces and nephews. Thank you for joining me for this video. Merry Christmas! See you soon. Bye.